about the real. Talk a real topics, no facts. Talk a real shit and you know that. That's a fact. Chip, chat, and chill. Talk about the real. Talk a real topics, no that. Talk a real shit, you know that. That's a fact. Chip, chat, and chill. Talk about the real. Talk whatever you want, whenever you want.
Well, welcome back to Chip Chat and Chill. This show is adult resource for fun-loving foodies to connect through exchange and millennial perspectives on common sociological experiences. A drink here, a snack there, a laugh all around. We have a good time. I'm glad to see everybody back. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whatever platform you're on. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for sharing and commenting and subscribing. And we are just going to have an amazing time. I'm excited to be online with a very, very nice friend of mine that I've met recently. You never know who you meet on Twitter and Instagram, but we make good exchanges here. And I'm glad to have her on. I have a special guest this evening. We're going to talk all things Black maternal health. As you know, it is a big, huge concern in our community. So we've delved into it before in the past. And I said, we're going to make it a thing every year because the louder our voices are heard, the more we can start making some serious change in the world. And I have a very good professional on the line tonight. We just going to have a good time, kick back, give you the 411 on Black maternal health, and then have some laughs in between. So I am excited. I have on tonight a professional certified doula. She's a childbirth educator, certified breastfeeding specialist, herbalist, uh, sisters chat professional, all the above. And she's also, fun fact, she has supported 13 births since 2021. She is the amazing Miss Jasmin Williams. Welcome to Chip Chat and Chill, girl.
Thank you.
How are you?
Hey, honey.
I'm so glad you said yes. I'm so glad to meet you and finally just have a great conversation and have your beautiful place on the platform. I hope all is well.
Thank you
First
so
of
much.
all, I'm so glad to see you. First, I just want to say thank you for your yes to the whole profession of being a doula and being so loving and caring and supportive to the woman and the mom. Because that's the whole world of its own.
Yes.
Going into motherhood, whether it's the first time or the 10th time, it is a whole whirlwind experience. And I honestly wish I would have met you like 8 years ago and been brave enough to take on that journey. That's why we're here. To have great conversations like that and to be more informed, to share great knowledge and just have a good time doing so on the journey. So tonight, today, this afternoon, wherever you are, it has been a whirlwind of a 2023, and we're only going into second quarter.
Yes.
I'm amazed that we just said Happy New Year and we're already into spring.
Right.
Had a
March
couple
said,
of holidays.
March said she had somewhere to be.
She had things to do. Okay, she
She
had
had
time
things
for
to
us.
do.
She hurried up and got up.
She did. March
I'll be
packed
back.
us up and dipped.
She said, "I'll be back. Y'all good? Y'all good? Okay, bye." That's how it went. So I am going to get into a conversation with Miss Jasmin in a moment. But before we do, I just wanted to share an article I ran across recently. I think it was on MSN.com. And it was a young lady that shared a story. And she basically said that from her perspective, she was a surrogate. And I think the headline is what got me. The headline said something to the effect of, I was a surrogate and the mom was, I forget what word she used, but they didn't have a very good relationship. And I felt really bad. I went into the article and the lady was very much, she made the whole surrogacy experience more like a business transaction as opposed to like she really genuinely wanted to be a mom. It wasn't that for the surrogate. And it didn't end very well. So I read the article. She's like, she saw the red flags as the relationship progressed. She felt like the cold tone where she would exchange text messages back and forth with the lady. And the biggest red flag went off when, Jasmin, have you had a surrogacy experience?
I have not.
No, you haven't? She was made to feel very uncomfortable by the wife, and they had very cold exchanges between text messages and like even conversations. She was very cold and short with the lady. And she had all these red flags. She said that she ignored them, and she continued to go through testing and things like that. But the one big red flag was like when the wife invited her to dinner and the husband hit on her, and like there was like no, yeah, like okay, that would have ended it for me. But I was just curious to know if you had ever had a surrogacy experience with one of the moms that you shared a dual experience with.
I have had a couple of experiences where my gut did scream at me, where where my discernment kicked in, where the Holy Spirit kicked in, and was like, this isn't it. Because the thing is, just because the client reaches out to you and says, "Hey, I want you to be my doula," doesn't always necessarily mean that you say yes to it.
Right.
Because just because a family reaches out and says, "Hey, I would like you to support me," doesn't mean that you always offer them support. I always interview them, so that I can get a good feel for them. They could get a good feel for me, and they may find something about me, and they be like, oh. And that doesn't necessarily, and I want to be clear, that doesn't mean we sometimes we just don't always right. And that's okay. There really is, it really is okay. But like I said, there have been times where I have met with families, and not that they were bad people, or not that there was anything wrong with them, but I have met with families, and I have had gut feelings where I don't believe that I'm the right fit for them. And I've said,
that's totally fair. Has a mom ever come to you saying, "Hey, we have a surrogate that we wanted you to be a doula for," or has it always just been the birth mom?
It's always been the birth mom or birthing person, whatever they.
Okay. Yeah, I felt it was a really hard read to go get through because she really, I think she had 2 natural children of her own and a husband, and because she had 2 successful pregnancies, that was the reason why she went into surrogacy. And so she had done maybe 2 before this lady, but the plot twist, the wife ended up breaking up with her as she was not going to continue on with her as their surrogate. And then she finds out that she ended up having a baby with another surrogate. It was a celebrity client at that. I was like, wow. So the way it concluded, when I find it, I'm going to share it on Chip Chatter and Chill social media. But the way it concluded, she was so hurt and so disgusted by the couple. She said, I didn't want it to end up that way. But, oh no, this was before she told her or ended up finding out that the couple ended up having a baby with another surrogate. She ended up losing the baby because she was so stressed with the couple. She was like, I wouldn't wish this, but I hope because it was turning that way. She was texting her, keeping her updated with the doctor's reports. And the way the tests were going, she knew that the pregnancy wasn't going to continue on. And so she was just letting her know it doesn't look good. And she was like hoping it wouldn't go good. And then it didn't. But as soon as that ended, the pregnancy ended up terminated. She ended up finding out that they had a baby with another couple. I was like, wow. Insane. So it's just interesting to see and be a fly on the wall in other people's lives, what really goes on in that industry.
Yeah.
Even before Adrienne Ballon and Israel, before they just had their baby, and following their journey, Adrienne has a YouTube channel. She shares it, episode by episode, how they got to have their son. Knowing the business of surrogacy, I have so much respect for it now. There was so much I didn't know, and I just have a total respect, because there are things you probably would not consider until you have to.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's things that you think that you can handle until you can't.
Exactly. So, thankful for professionals like Jasmin that take on the whole person from start to finish and just make sure that they're feeling positive about their body, positive about birth experiences, positive about the changes that come along with it. And, with all that's happening, I think what sparked my interest in knowing more about the maternal health rate, even from my personal experience, just to give you guys a background. I don't think I've shared a whole lot on the platform yet, but I have 3 children. First one, he just turned 11. That was a long birth experience. My total labor was 39 and a half hours.
Mm.
And I don't think I had my doctor present for either one of my
Mhm.
births. It was a long, tiring labor. And I remember feeling like, is this really how this is supposed to go down? Because they fed me 3 square meals,
Mhm.
which they're not supposed to do. I was like, I'm not supposed to be eating. Why are they feeding me? So that was my first experience. That was my first experience. And then the second time, I had an emergency C because my daughter ran out of amniotic fluid. But in
Mhm.
hindsight, when I look at that, I was like, the writing was kind of sort of like on the wall, but just like, I just wanted to see it to the end. I had
Mhm.
to flip her because she had gone breech. I
Mhm.
successfully flipped her. And then I had a follow up ultrasound appointment. There's some weird conversations that day. It's weird to me now, but then I'm like, okay, I'm just answering questions. And then the following day after that, they figure out I have low amniotic fluid and had to do an emergency C.
Mhm.
Last one was a VBAC. That was the easiest hard thing I've ever done in my life.
Mhm.
Easiest hard thing, and I'm grateful. That was scary because my daughters are 14 months apart, so I was petrified.
Yeah.
My main OB, she's like, you get cut once, you have to keep getting cut, and my gut was like, well, no, I don't. No, no, I don't.
No, you
But
don't.
then the scary part of me was like, I just got off the table and I'm about to push again. Oh, that's scary. So I had those type of things going on. But I had a friend that helped me find a practice with overall all the doctors in the practice had combined like 35 plus years experience in VBAC. They were very positive with me. They were very supportive. If I had it to do all over again, I had more encouragement outside of the practice. I probably would have had the guts to do an at-home birth. That's what I really wanted to do before I had to get cut. But I was like, just in case, let me just be around enough medical professionals. But I think what sparked my interest, I remember a few years back, you probably remember Judge Hatchett's daughter-in-law passed away.
Mhm.
That was gut wrenching. And so it was kind of like a spiral effect for me going into what I would probably call like a rabbit hole of knowing the importance of bringing awareness to Black maternal health in America. And I had really know my idea of the magnitude. I was aware of certain things, not just within childbirth, but just Black women in general in the
Yeah.
medical profession. I feel like we don't get enough protection or
No.
respect or regard that we deserve.
Right.
This in particular tugs at my heart every year because it's personal to me, and I think that we all deserve to come home
Yes.
alive,
Yes.
healthy, and happy with
Mhm.
our babies. We both deserve to come home alive, healthy, and happy. Jasmine, do you think that we are, as moms, expectant mothers, are we asking the right questions? Because there's a world of knowledge available to us on the internet, right? We can Google, Dr. Google could tell us anything that we need to know. But do you think that we are asking the right questions as we're going into figuring out what a birth plan is and what that looks like?
As far as asking the right questions, I don't think that we know that we can ask. So I don't think that it's that we're asking the right questions. It's that we don't know that we can.
I'm glad you said that.
We don't know that we can ask. We don't know we literally do not know that we can ask.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that I
Mm-hmm.
could ask. I didn't know that I could say no.
Mm.
I didn't know that I could say, I want a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I could say, what are the alternatives?
Right.
What if I can do something different?
Yeah.
What if I don't do anything? Can
That's
me and my husband or my partner have more time to think this over? Do I need to decide right now? And one reason why I believe the maternal rate is so high for people who look like you and me is because we're so used to going with the flow. Because when we do open our mouth, we get told that we're the angry black women, or that we do open our mouth, we get patience,
Mm-hmm.
or we get pushed off because we're standing up for ourselves. They're not used to that. And the thing is, a lot of actors are used to us just going with it. And it's easy. It's easy to
Wow.
go. It's easier to go slow. It's easier to just not do anything. And we have to start asking ourselves, are we willing to ask the questions? So it's not so are we asking the right questions? Are we willing to ask the questions? And when we get the answers, are we willing to go that extra mile? What do we do when we get the answers?
Wow.
Because it goes beyond I don't have it pure. It goes beyond I want to have my baby naturally. This is a literal fight.
Yeah.
We're literally fighting a system that was not made for us.
Yeah.
We fight,
It's literally a fight. You're right.
we fight the whole system.
Yeah. I mean, even down to, Jasmine, I didn't even realize until the third baby. And I breastfed all my kids, but I
Mhm,
didn't realize until the third one. I'm like, yo, because I only know my experience as a black woman,
mhm,
right? I don't
mhm,
know my experience as, uh, Amanda or Heather, whoever else, my other counterparts. I just know every time I've had to be in my post delivery room and I'm, with my baby's cart is full of formula.
mhm,
I have access to a lactation specialist and they do come in and they do help me, teach the baby how to latch and how I should be, all of that good stuff. But they are pushing formula.
mhm.
And I didn't even know outside of that, yeah, they're pushing formula on black women. And I'm like, no, if Jody down the hall can do it, so can I. I can breastfeed my baby. I don't have to go home with this formula. I don't have to go home with the sure plan B that yes, the formula is the next after the breast. The breast is best. Even though everybody's breastfeeding story and journey is going to look different, everybody's not going to have a natural supply. It just doesn't work out that way. Like I had a friend, she tried. She literally tried everything she could. She just could not make enough. And it does happen that way. But for the most of us, before there was a formula, like we made it do what it do.
Mhm.
And so, and we were encouraging each other to do just that. So I didn't even realize that was a whole thing
Yeah.
until as recent as 2017, 2018. Like, wow, what is this disconnect that we see happening when it comes to, because again, this idea of a doula isn't new.
Mhm.
We've been here.
Yeah.
We've had this, practice
Yeah.
and this routine, but we kind of had a disconnect and we veered away to what was societally more popular as opposed to, you know, sticking with a doula and having a communicative approach or familiar approach to the natural birth experience. So where was the disconnect where we're now, I don't want to use the word industrializing, but making it such a medical experience? Or where did we, like, veer off from what was and then now what is the majority, or society says is most safe or effective, is to be in a hospital?
I think the disconnect is us not being connected to our bodies. I think it's us not being connected to our bodies first. Well, second of all, first of all, us not believing that birth is natural,
Mm-hmm.
and us not
Mm-hmm.
believing that God is the giver of life,
Mm-hmm.
that God is the giver of life, and that birth is natural. We, as a whole, holistically, we've been conditioned to look at birth as something that's nasty, something that's painful, something that's dirty, instead of looking at it as something that's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
looking at it as something that that's God.
Yeah. Wow. I'm loving this conversation.
And I think that once we get back to that,
Yeah.
once we reconnect back to our spirits, once we reconnect back to our bodies and actually truly love ourselves for real,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the trajectory of this can change. Because
I get
you
that.
can still have birth in the hospital and still birth the way that you want to birth.
Mm-hmm.
Because every birth that I've supported has been in the hospital. I've supported all but my first no all, all of every birth that I supported has been in the hospital. However, the births I supported, they were still the family still felt empowered to birth if they wanted to because they were educated, because they felt confident enough to ask questions, because they felt empowered enough to know, hey, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to. Because the thing is, you're paying your doctor, not the other way around. Your doctor is a human being, same as you are. And one thing that I always instilled into the families that I've supported is, listen, if your doctor is making you feel coerced or feel disrespected or feel scared, because the thing is, it's not consent. If your doctor is making you scared to say no, and once your doctor makes you afraid to say no, it has turned to abuse, and that
Mm-hmm.
is not the doctor for you. You
Yeah.
have the right, the human right, to go somewhere else,
And you should.
and you should.
Absolutely. I've never been afraid so much, and I think the more kids I had, the more bold I got.
Hmm.
Especially with the last one, forget it. You couldn't tell me nothing. You ain't telling me I got to do nothing.
Right?
A lot of that came from a place of literally fighting for my life,
Yeah.
because at the end of the first like 8 weeks, first of all, I had a 6-month-old I was breastfeeding at the time.
Hmm.
So the shock of you're pregnant, I'm like, huh, what? Okay, that washes off. And then you're dealing with, okay, this outline, this is what you expect to do date is blah, 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 right?
Hmm.
And then they tell me I have, what was it? I'd never heard of it before. I have never met another person that had it before. K antigen, I think it was.
I mean,
Um, yeah. So K antigen, it was the antibody in my blood
hmm.
that was toxic and would have been toxic had it crossed over the placenta. It could have affected and attacked her lungs, her brain, her heart, her kidneys, all. So to that, I had to be monitored from
Hmm.
that point on weekly.
Hmm.
They babysat us weekly up to term. And so I had that. I'm fighting from a place of fear, like, oh gosh, I'm scared. I used to work out when I was pregnant. I couldn't work out because I'm like, okay, I don't want to disrupt the whole process. Or, just not wanting to eat certain things. Or so I wasn't at the mercy of my medical professionals, because again, I left my former OB because she
Hmm.
told me, oh yeah, you have to get cut. And I'm like, no, the hell I don't.
Right.
And I won't be. So
Hmm.
I hurried up and made the right friends and made the right connections to get to this
Hmm.
other practice. But I'm thankful for you. Remind me so much of the nurse that I had, because she made me feel like I could do anything.
Hmm.
And I knew I could do anything as long as I had her and my husband like covering me and supporting me. The doctor that day, they said, hey, she's fine. I think I was 2.5 weeks out, that last appointment. They're like, okay, so we're gonna induce stress. Like, we're gonna do what? You just told me all of her vitals are fine, her organs look normal, my blood and everything is fine. So why are we disturbing a perfectly healthy baby? Oh, well, the longer you progress, the more dangerous the risk. The risk goes higher. I said, well, again, you just told me we're both healthy. So why are we stop? I'm not due until November 22nd. It's the 8th, 9th. What are we doing? No. So can you sign this? Absolutely. You're not inducing me today. Bye. Take this. Go do what you want with it.
And honestly, that's another thing. If people, if families Families are afraid to do that, and you don't have to. Well, I want to say no, but I'm afraid to sign. There's nothing to sign. Sign, sign a consent form saying that you choose to. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay to sign. There is no harm in saying no that you don't want to do, that you don't want to do something. The thing is, the thing, if you don't stand for something, you'll fight for anything. We say it until it's literally time to say it.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep standing because
Say it.
it was not gonna happen. It was not gonna happen that day. And I called my husband. I was like, because first of all, I had a whole infant in a stroller at this set appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me you can have her in the nurses gallery? She gonna be playing with blocks or something while y'all go induce me? No.
Right.
What are we doing? No, we're not. How this gonna work? It's professionals and caretakers like yourself that deserve to have more conversations like this, because I hate that there are women that feel like they have to be subject to whatever the doctor says and move at their every women wish, and it should not be that way. And I'm thankful because I know if I was not as stressed out that day with other things going on outside that appointment, I would have made it to full term, or at least close to. I would have at least made it to the 17th or the 18th if I wasn't that stressed out. But then my water ended up breaking later on that evening in the mall. The reality is, your emotions are invested in it. Your whole physical body is changing. You're going to be a completely different person than you are today after the baby comes. This whole fourth trimester thing is for real.
Yes.
And so what have been the most like beneficial things, I guess, that from your feedback you would get from your clients to say that what you have done in your practice that makes them feel the most empowered and encouraged going into labor and delivery?
I think the most empowering thing that I have gotten from my clients is we're used to hearing, oh, as long as the baby is healthy, I'm fine. And it's so easy to forget about the mom.
It's so easy.
And if we're honest, it's also so easy to forget about the day.
Yes. Please speak on that. Yes.
And what I do as a doula, I'm making my business to make both important. When I do my child birth education, I do it with both mom and the dad. I'm engaging with them both, and I'm making the dad. I'm letting the dad know that he's equally important. This is his baby as well. We're having a conversation, and I'm letting him know, that advocate for, love her, be there for her. Let her know that she is special. Same way I got this baby, get it out. There have been up plenty of times I have told the couple to go get that baby up. And I have stood on the door and told the nurses that they in the pain. Okay. Take that how you want to take it. So just hearing them say that just the wow, I actually did it. And I actually did it the way that I wanted to. And sometimes things go left. Sometimes things have no left. But even if things going left, they still got a chance to say, they still got a chance to advocate for themselves, which was the biggest thing. They still got a chance to, it was their say. Nobody bullied them. Nobody, they felt they got out of there safely, and they were respected.
I love that. Yeah, and it's empowering to have someone like you walking along them and letting them know that don't forget about yourself and don't forget about your voice. not just yourself, your whole body, but like you do have a voice and you do have the right to use it
Yes,
before, during, after, all of the
yes,
above.
yes. And people don't understand how you give birth really does. It makes a break the period, makes a break the postpartum period. It makes a break the labor period. How
Yeah,
you give birth, it really
it does. Tell me about how important is it to consider how a mom eats or treats the baby during pregnancy?
very much so, very much so important. You'd be surprised how much you can reverse. Disclaimer: I'm no doctor, but 1 plus 1 is equal to. You'd be surprised how much you can reverse things by changing it,
Hmm.
even before pregnancy. So just imagine what you do while pregnant,
Yeah.
right? So if you think and you give us notice, do with that information what you. And I don't have to be a doctor for that.
Right. Right. The things that I have seen, especially in recent years, was popular. I find it comical almost sometimes when we engage with people
Mm-hmm.
that we have not met, but we
Yeah,
can tell them, I think the 39th and the 40th week are the longest weeks in a woman's life. It's like,
right.
just want to get this baby out. Everybody chimes in, drink pineapple juice, do this, do that, have some, olive oil. I'm like, everybody got all the
Everybody got
answers.
all this stuff to do. Child.
Go have sex. I'm like, really? Everybody has all the answers and everybody's the professional in the comments. And I just find it
Right.
so comical. But I'm like, the things that matter most is what you have done leading up to it.
Child. Folks be saying do kegels and don't even know how to do it right.
That part.
Different
That part.
conversation, different day.
A conversation worth having. I think simple things like even stretching or doing core engaging work leading up to labor and delivery is so impactful and it makes
Absolutely.
things so much easier.
Chiropractic work. Going to the
Pl-
chiropractor.
Girl, please talk about that.
Going to the chiropractor during pregnancy is extremely beneficial. Now, what I will say though, if you're going to go see a chiropractor while you are pregnant, please make sure that the chiropractor that you go see is Webster certified. I am going to say that again. If you go see a chiropractor while you are pregnant, please make sure that the chiropractor that you go see is Webster certified.
Yes. Okay.
Please. Webster certified.
Okay.
Chiropractic body work while you were pregnant is extremely beneficial. Also, seeing a chiropractor even after you are no longer pregnant is very beneficial, not just for you, but for your children as well. I personally take my kids to a chiropractor before I take my kids to the doctor because body work adjustments, you be amazed at what they do for your body.
Mm.
They help with college. They study stuff. You can Google it. You don't have to take my word for it. But help with eggs, helps with earaches, helps with allergies, all kinds of things. All of this. And again, you can Google it. You do not have to take my word for it. I'm just telling you what works for me, and there literally is data and all types of evidence to back up what I'm saying. There's also evidence to, especially if you are a mom and you are wanting to breastfeed or chest feed or like your child.
Hmm.
If you run into some issues and if you run into some issues with lactation and you go see a lactation specialist and it doesn't work, seeing a chiropractor can assist with that too.
All right. especially to know specifically a Webster certified.
Yes,
That's so helpful. So thank you for
yes.
sharing that.
Listen, the best sleep. If you want the best sleep, if you want your baby to get the best,
Mm-hmm.
take your baby to the chiropractor. It was something else I wanted to tell you.
Sure.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I went to a chiropractor weekly from 30 weeks with my second child. From 31 weeks all the way up until I had my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed it down.
That's enough. I think you done won the folk right there with that one line. Okay.
Mhm. I pushed once.
Which is a perfect segue into my next question. I know the answer, but Jasmine, I want from your lips, you can answer this question. Is there such a thing as a painless birth?
I think that would depend on what your definition of pain is, because I think that everyone handles pain differently.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk, if you talk to Susie up the street, she may say that once she started breathing a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and once she channeled certain feelings, certain thoughts, and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
and started pushing a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Once she once she sat a certain way, once she squatted a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
that it did hurt when she pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you may talk to Zachia, that says she did the exact same thing that Susie did, and it still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Then you may talk to Jack around the corner, who says, "Well, I did the exact same thing that Susie and Zachia did, and it still hurt too."
Mm-hmm.
But I started on the yoga mat.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like period.
Right.
And
Right.
then you may come and then Diamond may come in. And then Diamond may say, well, forget what all y'all talking about. When I set my whole bed up and I put on Jesus music
Right.
and the Holy Spirit filled me, I didn't feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then Karen came in and said, well, both of y'all talking about when I put Erica Badu on, it still hurt. And I did everything I said.
Right.
And I ate things and I stayed away from fried food and I drank water, lemon, and I drank nettle tea, and I did all the things. And I was eat liquor stuff, and I did all the things y'all told me to do. I hired Uber. I had a midwife. I went to the chiropractor 3 times a week, and it still hurt. My point is, every person's body is different.
Yes.
But what I will say is the pain is necessary, and there are a lot of coping mechanisms that you can do with the, to for for you to not take the pain completely away,
Mm-hmm.
but to help deal with it a lot better. Because I mean, let's be honest, even if you get getting the epidural won't take the pain completely away. You're still gonna feel it.
I asked the question because it's become such a thing where this need for the baby birthing trend of being in tune with the body and this, that, and the
Mhm.
fifth. And so many people will put on an impression on new moms and make them feel like, oh, if it's hurting, it's not something's wrong, or you
And,
can do that without having pain, or
see,
hypnobirthing is the
listen,
new thing, and there's
mhm,
all these new age ideas.
yes,
And
absolutely,
so I really wanted you to say, everybody's experiences is going to truly be different.
right, right.
Because to start with,
And
the pain
I want
tolerance is
to,
different.
and I also want to be clear. As a doula, I am not a medical professional.
Hmm.
There is nothing medical about genetics. I'm not medical at all. So I have to be very, very clear. And I want to set the disclaimer and I want to set the expectation because I am privy to certain HIPAA laws and things of that nature. If I go down certain lanes, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to lie to you.
Right.
And I don't want to, and I don't want to set certain expectations and get the people's hopes up.
Sure.
If you push like this, it's not gonna hurt. I don't want to do that.
Right.
And I also want to say that doulas do not deliver babies. We do not deliver babies. We are there to support the family. Even if you hire a doula, even if you were to hire me as your doula, you still need to get prenatal care because a lot of people hire doulas thinking that they're going to be a home birth and the doula is going to actually deliver the baby. No. At least not for you. I will love you. I will support you. I'm not even going to tell you what to do. I will be there to support you, and I will let you know. I don't tell families what to do. I let them know what they can do. I let you know what you can do. None bias, none medical support. That's my lane, and I stay in it.
That's her lane she's staying in. I'm gonna stick beside her.
Hey.
So with the multiverse of all of these opinions and these things that we have of access to, I would love for you to share how important it is to have a village that is conducive to what you bring to the family that's expecting the baby, what's conducive to positive body experience, mental space. What was something that you would want to offer a client to let them know what they should have and what kind of energy they should have in their village?
The main thing that I let families know that I stress is make sure that you have people around you that trust you to trust your body. It's important. It's extremely important.
Yeah.
To have people around you that trust you.
Yeah.
And not just trust you, but trust your body. And not only trust your body, but support you in whatever decision that you decide to make. And not going to project their feelings and their ideas and their fears onto you. Because that can get in your mental space, and that can create doubt, tension. And then next thing you know, you're scared and you're fearful. And people don't understand this, but fear can stall labor. So yeah, that's what I do.
So cute. Now, just to reiterate the fact that we are highlighting the state of Black maternal health, the things that are important to the mom, the things that are most important to the family and the village that she's building. Just to reiterate the fact that Black Maternal Health Week itself, for you guys that don't know, it takes place every year from April 11th through the 17th. It is the month of April where it's recognized in the US as a National Minority Health Month. And it's a month-long initiative to advance health equity across the country on behalf of all racial and ethnic minorities. And one of the things that we do also want to focus on, and we've gotten some wonderful gems and valuable, important information from Jasmin tonight. And before we end this conversation, I'm definitely going to share with you how to connect with her and get some more information from her that will help impact your pregnancy journey in the most positive way. When it comes specifically to Black Maternal Health Week, please know, obviously, where we are in 2023, with our community being affected and impacted as it has been, there isn't one single policy that's going to solve all the problems that come along with this public health crisis. But it's suggestive that we focus on confronting racism within the healthcare system, because it does exist.
Yes.
As touchy as comfortable as a conversation it may be, it's a conversation worth having, and that it should be happening more often. So to address racism, and then also increase access to Black-led community-based providers.
Yes.
one thing here, obviously, I'm sharing Jasmine and the things that she does through her business and the way that she loves and cares on her clients is something that should not be foreign, should not be sparse, should not be hard to access, should not be hard to research or obtain information from. So as long as you have a smartphone or access to a library, even get in a space where you can be more aware of who your community is. And by that, I mean brown and dark melanated medical professionals that look like you and advocate for you, your voice, and want your voice to be heard when you are going through such a big life experience, such as childbirth. And then also, it's also a great opportunity to create accountability mechanisms to better understand why Black mothers die at a higher rate than white mothers, which is always going to be unfair to me until that is no longer a conversation. So that's the way that things start to change. You have to hold them accountable. And then lastly, we have to center Black women's leadership by passing comprehensive maternal health legislation. That's a whole nother conversation, Jasmine, about, on a local political level and, why voting matters and knowing what's happening around you matters. This is one of the things. So this is a very, very much needed conversation. I'm glad that you joined me for it. I'm glad you invited us into your world and gave us such warm insight with that beautiful smile of yours. I thank you so much.
And also, to add,
yeah,
interview the doctors in your area. Interview the hospitals in your area. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to go to the hospitals in your area and actually call around. Don't be afraid to go to the hospitals in your area and actually ask. What are the cesarean rates?
Yeah.
What are the natural birth rates?
That's good.
Don't be afraid to ask those questions, especially if you're a first time. Especially if you're a first time home. If you're a second time home, because what happens is we'll ask you who is the best OBGYN in the area, and then we'll go and we'll assume because our homegirl got one experience, we're going to get that same experience, and that's not always the case. So interview, and if you get a bad vibe, go somewhere else. If you go to these doctor's appointments, even if it's your 50th time going, if you go to these doctor's appointments and when you leave you get a bad vibe, or if you go to these doctor's appointments and you don't feel heard, you don't feel like you're being listened to, you don't feel that what you're saying is mattering, that is not the doctor for you. You have the right to go somewhere else. You should go somewhere else. Do not spend your hard-earned money on a doctor that is not listening to you. That is abuse, period. How we change it? By not spending money with these doctors that are not treated right.
Yep.
I love y'all.
Now, listen, birth is a world-class, phenomenal experience, and you deserve to have top-notch people in your corner, and you deserve a world-class experience to the utmost degree. So fight for yours. I'm so glad we had this conversation. This is dope. Women are amazing. Black women are amazing. So give yourself a round of applause, Ms. Jasmin. You at the bomb. Yes to all the things that we discussed today. If you are just catching the tail end of this conversation, it's a celebration and culmination of Black Maternal Health Week. We're talking all things positive birthing experiences, healthy, safe birthing experiences, bringing mom and baby home healthy, happy, safe, and sound, one piece, nothing missing, nothing broken, and just enjoying the journey and having the most positive and beautiful experiences. Pain is necessary in life, but it doesn't have to be an ugly experience. Your body is amazing.
Yes.
It is to be celebrated.
Yes.
So if it ain't about that, you with the wrong practice. We're gonna get you until you get to the right practice, and it sounds like the things that we're saying. Do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yep.
All right. So that was our tidbit. For more information, I am going to plug in Jasmin and all of her social media, her website, her business, and everything in just a moment. Now that we had an amazing conversation. Now we are going to get into the fun part of Chip Chat and Chill. After we have a conversation, we kick back and relax because we pay the bills, we take care of the kids, we take care of the people that we love, we work the jobs, we make the money, we pay the bills, we clean the car, we make the dinners and all that stuff. Who said all the kids are the only ones that get to have all the fun? No. That's not what we do. This is where we have the fun. Chip Chat and Chill. We kick back. We embrace our inner child. We do fun games and have a laugh, kiki. Like it's necessary.
Because one thing I like to do is laugh.
Yes. And that's probably what attracted me to you on Twitter. I'm like, yes, I'm hearing it. I'm seeing, yeah. So yeah.
I'm laughing.
Yeah. So I mean, adult recess is necessary. We're gonna laugh and we have a good time. So it is now time for happy hour. Now we're gonna make this light and fun in the spirit of all things expecting and babies and whatnot. Why not kick back with a little bit of movie trivia? So we are going to play a quick trivia game. All right, so the first game we are going to play is called That's My Baby.
Okay.
So this is a movie trivia game. Obviously, babies are the theme. We're going to reflect on some good baby movies.
Baby movie.
Okay. First question, Jasmin, you ready?
Yep.
See if you know this one. Okay. This one is a multiple choice. The question is, what are the 3 careers of the men in 3 Men and a Baby? Were they A, waiter, actor, mortgage broker, B, actor, architect, songwriter, C, architect, cartoonist, actor, or D, cartoonist, actor, and salesman?
I don't remember 3 Men. So you're going to tell me this. I don't remember 3 Men and the Baby.
Architect and actor, I think, was at least 2 of the professions. Okay, let me see. The answer was C, architect, cartoonist, actor. Who was a cartoonist? I don't know. I have to watch that again. Who was a cartoonist?
I'm going to have to watch it.
Fun fact, how many have you actually seen the whole movie?
No, I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't? Oh, my bad.
That's why I said I might have to watch it.
It's a pretty funny movie. It was cool. When you do,
that's probably why.
When you do, I want to know if you run it back to me. I want to see if you notice something in there's a popular scene in that movie that spooked a lot of people out. So I want to see if you actually catch it when you finally do get to watch it. It kind of
okay.
Oh my gosh, did that really just happen? Yeah. So, okay. Now, there was a popular 90s show. This is my next question. There's a popular 90s show that we all know and love, and it's currently in rerun, like all of our favorites. It was a comedy.
Okay.
And there was one episode where the main character had to help deliver a baby. And my question is, do you remember this show? The main character.
I bet I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
You probably do. The main character had the help of 2 of his other best friends. And the birthing scene happened in the living room. Could you guess the name of this show?
Martin.
Classic.
Gina was the problem in their relationship too. It wasn't Martin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She was the problem too.
She wasn't perfect, especially when her parents came into play.
Right. And she let him talk about her best friend.
Right. Sound reminiscent of another show, don't it? All right, next question. Would you possibly know a little bit about this movie? This movie came out in 2007. The
Okay.
couple expected a baby after a one night stand.
Knocked up.
Yeah, yep, that is correct. Let's see. The next one. Oh, yes, this is one of my favorites. Okay, so this movie is from 1989. The
Okay.
mom finds herself pregnant after an affair with a married man, and then
Fatal
she,
Attraction.
nope.
Hmm.
She ends up finding a new man to help raise her baby after getting a taxi ride from him on her way to the hospital.
89.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant after a one night stand.
Mm-hmm. Well, she had an affair with a married man, and then she
Taxi
goes.
ride.
Mm-hmm. She gets a taxi ride after her water breaks to the hospital, and she ends up finding her husband as the taxi driver ends up being the love of her life.
Mm-mm.
And the actress actually just passed away recently too. I just thought about it.
Hmm.
Yeah. The baby talks throughout the movie. It's hilarious. Actually, we hear his thoughts. He doesn't talk. We hear his thoughts throughout the whole entire movie.
What women want?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Junior?
Nope.
No, that's no. Junior, that wasn't 89.
You gotta
That
look
was
this one.
that was like 19. That was like early. Sorry, I'm a movie connoisseur, as you can see, because I'm talking about dates and stuff. 1989.
I'd help if this movie also had a sequel. The love of the mother's life that she ends up falling in love with. He's a very popular actor, very handsome,
Mm-hmm.
blue-eyed, dark hair. The voice of the baby, that actor actually just got recently diagnosed with dementia.
Cheap about a dozen.
No,
Yeah, I'm still, you got to tell me.
look who's talking. I said she gonna kick herself when I tell her what it is. Yep. Look who's talking.
Look who's talking now.
Yep. Yep. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I know you know this one. Okay, so this one is from 1995.
95.
Okay.
I got the year.
The,
Go.
the main character finds out his longtime girlfriend is pregnant. He realizes his flashy lifestyle will have to change, either for the better or much, much worse. He matures into his role as a father to be over the course of the 9 months. And the main character is from the UK.
95.
Mhm.
Pregnant. You can. Ain't no 95.
You may. I mean, it was advertised heavily, so I'm thinking you might know this one. Hugh Grant,
That's probably why I don't know. What is it?
9 months.
That's why I don't know 9 months. I ain't seen no name of 9 months.
Okay, last one. And this took me years after it got released to actually watch it because it didn't seem like it was that great. So the title is actually that of a very popular book that a lot of people read when they become pregnant. Rom-com, 5 couples. They're all experiencing the highs and lows of pregnancy, I think.
What to expect?
What to expect when you're expecting. Who was in that? J-Lo, Cameron
J-Lo.
Diaz, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you got it. We had That's My Baby. That's my baby. Okay. And the next one is That's My Jam. Let's see. That's My Jam.
Okay.
These are songs about mamas.
By minus. Okay.
Classic one.
Okay.
1997, boys group.
Boys group.
It was probably the theme song of that good old movie Soul Food.
That toxic movie.
Yes, that one.
Whole family was the problem.
Whole family.
Whole family was the problem. Okay. Mom.
A song for mama.
A song for
Everybody was singing that every Mother's Day for the next
Okay.
5 years.
why are you singing this song at church? Why?
And crying.
Why are you singing this at the Baptist church?
Let's see. 2013
Mm-hmm.
bonus track. The Queen Bee herself.
Okay.
I've only heard this song a couple times, but it was a tribute to her daughter.
Tribute to Blue. I think it's called Blue.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't tripping.
You got it. You got it. Now there's a bonus track on her self-entitled album that this is the same Black album she did Partition.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bonus track on the album she dedicated to her mom, Miss Tina Lawson.
Now that I don't know.
It's called Ring Off.
Oh.
And I think that was probably the same year that she got a divorce from Matt. No.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Here goes a Black culture classic. It's a rap song.
Dear
Prominent.
Mama.
Hey, look, I didn't even have to say nothing. I like how we be knowing. If you know, you know. I love
If you know, you know. Listen, movies and music is my jam.
I love
You
it.
see what I
Yes.
did?
Yes. I got a friend.
Baby.
Oh, do you remember this from the 70s? R&B group. R&B male group.
Uh-huh.
This song it was sampled in Dear Mama. The original song, do you know the track that Tupac sampled?
And say
Uh-huh.
don't
Uh-huh. Yeah.
say,
Yes. Yes. Come on here. Hey.
Baby, look.
All right. One more song. The last one for the evening comes from another rapper. And if I say one word, you probably know exactly who I'm talking about. This rapper is very controversial.
Oh.
Controversial artist, should I say.
Mm-hmm.
Always in the midst of a controversy, always in the news. There's always something going on.
Kanye West.
Of course.
Donda.
Yes. Hey, mama. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That was a good round. You got all the points, Jasmin. You go ahead. Now, we have had a great conversation. Black Maternal Health Week. Everybody get educated, get informed, be aware, be positive, and be supportive of any mom you know. Or if you are that mom, support yourself and get well invested in some good education. There are a wealth of resources I will continue to share.
Yes.
If you need to reach out to Jasmin, we are going to share her information in just a moment. We've had a great conversation. We had amazing happy hour. You are such a good sport, Jasmin. Congratulations on winning all the points and doing all the things. Now, now that it's time to go, we're going to pack up and leave. Check, please. But before we do, Jasmin, was there any portion of tonight's show that you are taking with you that meant the most to you or that you would like to reiterate to the audience tonight?
I think the biggest takeaway is Black Maternal Health Week, period.
Mm-hmm.
Black Maternal Health Week. And just to remember that you matter. Black women are 3 to 4 months likely to die in the delivery rooms. And this is not something that we're just saying. We have stats to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening in each state.
Yeah.
It's on the CDC website. You can Google it. And this has to change. And the way that we change it is by spreading awareness. And by doing what Zachia just said and what I just said. Make sure that you are informed. Make sure that you know that you can ask questions. And make sure that you know that your voice matters. Your no matters. And to just know that if you're not comfortable, you have the right something. Period. I love you in real life.
I love it. What she said. And yo, you dope. Don't you ever let nobody tell you different. You dope. You matter. You deserve to come home.
Mhm.
You done spent 9 months trying to guess who this little person is.
Mhm.
You deserve to come home.
Yes.
Be appreciated. If something is off, say something.
Mhm.
If you need help, say something.
Mhm.
If you feel like your voice is small when you're with your doctor, with the nurse, with the attendant in the parking lot, say something. You matter and you deserve to be heard. You deserve again to have the best world class experience
Absolutely.
because you can do amazing things through your body
Mhm.
and have amazing experiences before, during, and after.
Mhm.
When fourth trimester comes, you don't have to wait until then to be glad about being a mom. You can be glad about being a mom the moment you find out and you see them double lines. Up until the point of delivery, have the best and most amazing experience. If you are pregnant and listening, congratulations. I'm excited for you.
Me too.
Get ready for one of the best experiences of your life. Lots of sleep loss. It is what it is. Even after they start walking, talking, and doing stuff, you still ain't gonna be able to sleep for the next 25 years. But it's all good. It's all good. Queen, carry your crown and know that your voice deserves to be heard. Don't shake, don't quiver, don't get quiet. We want you to come home. We
Yes.
want you to be healthy and happy. Jasmin here. For all the people listening, please continue and connect and support. At Lab Serves You is where you can find her on Instagram. You can also visit her on the World Wide Web. Love and Beyond is a love-based company that's primary focuses are love, advocacy, herbal medicine, and knowledge. It don't get no better than that. Like the essentials. Come on, you need all of the above every day of your life, pregnant or not, actually. You need all of the above. But you can find her at theloveandbeyond.com. She has a wealth of resources. You can keep up with her on Facebook and Instagram from that website. So if you just click on the website, you can find the Facebook and Instagram icon. She has amazing things. You can find out about her packages. You can shop. You can book her. You can find out, more about her as a person. All of these beautiful things on this amazing website. She has such good wealth of information to share and amazing products. I'm definitely about to get some of this elderberry syrup I saw the other day. I'm low.
Well, let me clear my inventory before you get to mine, please.
Okay. No problem. I sure will. This episode, I hope you guys will continue to comment, subscribe, share, give us your thoughts on Instagram at Chip Chatter in Chill. Is where you can find us on Instagram, Chip Chatter and Chill. On Facebook, you can always email us, chipchatterinchill@gmail.com. Stay connected. Leave us reviews. They help build the community and spread word where you have the most amazing place to have recess and get information and have a great kickback each and every week. On a Thursday is where you can find this. As I always say in closing, love yourself, stay well, live positive, and when you come back, bring some friends right here to Chip Chat and Chill, everybody. Be well.